Blub, blub, blub.
Oh, I didn't see you there. I was busy swimming in the ocean. Just kidding. So if you're watching this video, you should have watched the first one where I talked to you about the names of the different oceans, and then watch the video where you learned the song to teach you the names of the different oceans. What we're going to do next to wrap up our ocean study for today is we're going to read some chapters from a nonfiction book about the oceans called, funny enough, Oceans. It's by Darlene R. Still. And all I'm going to ask you to do during this read aloud is to visualize. When you visualize, you make a movie in your mind to help you understand what's happening. Okay? So in this first chapter, it's going to be talking to you about what it's like to visit the ocean. Some of you might have been to the ocean. Some of you might not have been to the ocean. So visualizing is going to help you to make a picture in your mind of what they're asking you to think about. I'm going to pause briefly to show you this. Think about what this is. It's a nonfiction text feature that we've talked about a lot. It's the table of contents. It tells you about the chapters that start on different pages. Today we're just going to read the first and second chapters. So we're going to read At the Seashore and we're going to read The World Ocean. We'll read some other chapters later this week. Chapter 1, At the Seashore. Have you ever been to the seashore? Did you look out over the water? No matter how far you looked, all you could see was water. Did you listen to the sound of the ocean? The sound you heard comes from the waves crashing against the beach. Did you notice that the ocean water smells of salt and it tastes very salty? This is because ocean water is salt water. I'm going to pause to just remind you, are you visualizing this? It's helping you to think about what it smells like. It smells salty. It's helping you to think about what it looks like. Waves as far as the eye can see. I also wanted to pause because there's a caption down here I wanted to read. It says, when ocean water reaches the shore, waves crash along the beach. So I have some pretty powerful visualizations. Let's keep going. When you stepped into the water, it covered just your feet. After a few steps, the water was probably up to your knees. Soon the water came up to your neck. Close to the shore, the water is shallow. But the farther out you walk, the deeper it gets. Some parts of the ocean are thousands of feet deep. It says the ocean is shallow along the beach. The farther out you walk, the deeper it gets. If you were at the beach all day, you probably noticed that the water covered most of the beach for a few hours. This is called high tide. Most of the time, the water came only partway up the beach. The beach is largest at low tide. At low tide, the sand is covered with seashells and seaweeds brought in by the tide. So over here it says, at high tide, like up here, most of the beach is covered with water. At low tide, like down here, you can collect shells along the beach. Ocean water is always moving. We see waves move along the top of the water. Most waves are caused by wind blowing across the ocean. Earthquakes beneath the ocean can also make waves. So now we're going to read a chapter called The World Ocean. And you can keep visualizing, but now as you visualize, I want you to go back to that rocket ship we were on in our earlier video when you looked at the map of the world, okay? The World Ocean. If you are at a beach in Rhode Island, you see the Atlantic Ocean. If you are at a beach in California, you see the Pacific Ocean. The Atlantic and Pacific Oceans are really part of one big ocean. Huge areas of land called continents break up the ocean, but every part of the ocean is connected. That is why the entire ocean is sometimes called the World Ocean. There are different names for different parts of the World Ocean. The biggest parts of the World Ocean are called the Atlantic Ocean, the Pacific Ocean, the Indian Ocean, the Arctic Ocean, and the Antarctic or Southern Ocean. I added the word southern because they just said Antarctic. Smaller parts of the world ocean are called seas, but sometimes people use the word sea when they're talking about the ocean. This map shows the biggest parts of the ocean. So we've got the same ones you just learned about in the song. Let's review. We've got the Pacific Ocean here and here. We've got the Atlantic Ocean, the Indian Ocean, the Antarctic or Southern Ocean, and the Arctic Ocean. All right, that's it for our ocean work today. As your follow-up, your family might have access to a map of the world where you can label and color your continents and oceans. If not, that's okay. Make up one on your own. Try your best to draw it. After this, Miss Danny's got some great math lessons for you. Otherwise, I will see you back here tomorrow for some more work on the oceans. Bye, guys.